to see if Emily can help us run a survey and blast it everywhere. Use the social media, get Rupert on it for LinkedIn, and put it everywhere just to see. Do you even know it's a thing that we have? And then based on that question, are they interested, like, did they try it, and will they talk to us about their experiences? And if they didn't try it, are they interested in talking to us about trying it? And if so, get the TAMs involved and have like a 1 to 2 conversation with them, because I think that would help the TAMs to understand what, if there's objections. I don't know, like right now we have no idea why nobody's using this thing. So we have to figure out, what is it? So, yeah.
So whatever you're saying, Laurie, it was kind of confirmed in this one conversation that I had over Slack with one of our customers.
The one customer that the TAMs found. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please go ahead. Sorry.
So, I mean, I have updated the link that I added the conversation to Dovetail, but it somehow got missed in this particular issue. It was there in Slack as well. So I've just updated it in the issue. If you click on it, you'll go to the conversation and you'll see that what they're trying to say is they never wanted what we have created. They wanted something else.
Yeah, that's what I suspect. It will be nice to see if we can get more than just one person telling us that. And that's why the other part of that survey would be to see if people were halfway interested in some sort of solution, and to talk with us about that, like about our proposed solution, and then also talk back to us about what they would actually want. Because my gut is telling me that somebody somewhere assumed that the wrapper is the right answer. We went off and we coded it without actually getting that problem validated, that is the right solution for that problem. And here we are. So now we have to back up. And you are right, Vitika, this falls more in the problems validation space, because we're backing back up and trying to actually validate what is the problem. We know the outcome is that they're not using RCI, they're still using Jenkins. We suspect the core problem is that Jenkins just doesn't play nice with anybody else. And you've invested people, you've invested time and training in Jenkins and pipelines. We thought the wrapper would be the best solution. Clearly it's not. So now we need to go back and find out from our potential customers' perspectives, what are they looking for? I mean, love some pixie dust just to sprinkle on stuff and have it magically happen. But besides that, what is it that they actually need that we can help them with? And is it anything that we can actually help them with too? We may run into that as an answer.
And so let me clarify, when you talk to the customer, so that we actually didn't think it was the best solution. It was the smallest one we can do that was feasible at the time, because our engineers did some studies on what if we built something that did a translation, but it wasn't possible. We would basically, what they came up with is trying to translate like the declarative syntax, and it would be writing a whole entire new language, which we didn't want to do, right? Yeah. So we're like, well, what is at least a stopgap solution for them to at least start running GitLab inside, running Jenkins inside GitLab. And so that was to allow them to at least put it in a box using the wrapper.
Right. Yeah. Right. And I get that. And I think that at some point it was like ships in the night. We just went past, and I don't know who decided to go ahead and push forward with that wrapper solution. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's something that our customers want. What we have to do is figure out why they don't want it. Yeah. We only have one customer so far who's told us anything. And so now we're on the hunt to try to find out, do they just not know about it? And if they do find out about it, is it something that they would want? And if they did know about it and they still don't want it, why don't they want it? Those are our two main questions that we need to answer to have confidence in. Do we further invest in the wrapper, or do we pivot and say, well, boys and girls, we're making a new language if we want to do this kind of thing, which is crazy. Or is there a third solution or a fourth solution to the problem? but we have to uncover, I think we have to uncover a little bit more of the barriers from our customers' perspectives. And I'm not enough of a expert in any of this. I'm not our customers, so I won't say like what it might be, but we do have to ask those questions, and hopefully we can get them. Now, I did say in my comment, the whole caveat is if nobody says anything, then we really need to rethink all of this. Is this even the thing to be focusing on? Andre and I talked about this yesterday because we're doing that CI adoption journey project. And yeah, like who knows? I don't know. I don't know if that's the area to focus on or if it's to focus on other parts of the product to make it look so cool and so sweet and so easy to use that they will abandon Jenkins and we don't have to wrap anything. We don't have to talk to anything. Who knows? I don't know. But that's like the further out thing. Like if nobody takes our bait on this survey, we can't find anybody to talk to. I'd say something's there that we're missing. And it may very well be this time and investment in training and writing their own pipelines in Jenkins that they just can't move away from. But we'll see. I think it's a great, I mean, it's a fun project from a perspective of like, I just don't know what will happen.
I figured that this problem is not something very unique. And I mean, other products, Circle CI, GitHub, they're all struggling with something very similar. So what I did was I also went ahead and read a few comments on Stack Overflows. And I'm like finding different places where I can read the reaction of people who are using those wrappers so that I get to what they did right or what they did wrong. Or if they're also
great.
Yeah, this is great, Vitika. I think this is amazing to look at the competition and see what we can learn from them, what they've done, what ideas we can get. And I see, Tao, you also posted a link on LinkedIn where some people have commented. I think this is a great idea to try reaching out to those 20. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Out of those 20, there was one that actually tried it and opened an issue for an improvement to the wrapper, and it's Emran. He's like third from the top.
That's awesome.
The list. So you won't need to reach out to him. You could probably see, he made a comment in the public issue and he linked to the issue he created. And then we quickly implemented that, but no one else has.
Wow.
And each time they said they're in, I said, well, great, everything you needed in that issue, go to the issue. And then they, some of them just haven't. Now, keep in mind that the, about when this happened was when the pandemic was really affecting people's work.
No, and see, that could be a whole nother thing that I didn't even think about. Like that could be a whole nother factor in all of this. Like maybe we didn't do anything wrong. The world got the pandemic.
But you know, I think things have kind of settled down as far as people finding their rhythm at work, and it's just maybe a matter of reminding them, hey, you expressed interest back, you know, way back when. Would you be interested in filling out this screener to see if you're the right candidate for us to interview? Yeah.
If you've done it at all or touched it at all or tried it at all, we'd love to talk to you about your experiences.
Yeah.
It has 257 reactions. I mean, where are these people?
I know. And so it's interesting. But I think Lori's idea of having our marketing team really blast the news out there to get awareness. Mm-hmm. I'm expecting, you know, hundreds and hundreds of people responding to something like that that's using Jenkins, not the 200 or so that responded to my post in LinkedIn.
Yeah, I hope so. And you know, we can ask also in that survey, we can target people who are using other products like Beefcut and you're saying Circle CI and GitHub, and if they all have wrappers too for Jenkins, let's talk to those people too. Because you know, I mean, I'm assuming nobody's doing it perfectly, so let's find out what they're doing and how we can maybe make ours stronger. Let's find out how they found out about it, because I'm still convinced that people just don't know that it's a thing on a white. I mean, I don't know how we market stuff here, but like, you know, I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out how they found out about it from the other competitive companies. If it was a TAM situation or marketing or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that I previously used to practice was if I worked on a certain thing in a particular milestone, then towards the end of that milestone, I used to write blogs about it and really advertise it everywhere. So it
Mhm.
really used to catch eyeballs and people started to react on it. I think that's something we should be doing.
Yeah, Parker. Yeah, it's a good call, Tal, to check with him.
Actually, a different thought on that. I think in a coffee chat with him, he had told me that he has some contacts at a previous company that that heavily uses Jenkins to leverage him if I wasn't going to get enough response, in the public testing issue.
Okay.
I think it was around Jenkins.
I do have one meeting with a TAM in after 30 minutes. She's the only one who accepted the invite, so we'll be talking, and let's see if she could put me in touch with another customer.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Let me do this. I'll check with Parker myself, and then if so, I'll have him ping you in our team channel, Vitika.
Okay.
Okay. Are we ready? Are we done on the discussion about Jenkins wrapper solution validation?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. The next one is DAG feedback. It's Vitika, it's yours.
Yeah, this is mine. So I spoke with Rupert today and clarified a few things like what's the compensation we're providing and how should I go about it. So taking his advice and what you, Laurie, and I had discussed in the previous meeting, I put this message in the DAG feedback issue, tagging everyone who has commented there, asking them to fill a survey, and 6 of them, they have already responded to the surveys, and that was pretty fast, I think. So yeah, then I'll reach out to them with my calendar link to schedule an interview for next week probably.
Thanks, Vitika. This is cool. Good to hear.
Thank you. Then the next one is also, I haven't progressed on this one, but it's kind of a placeholder that I have created. So I'm planning to do a scorecard exercise for in the 13.5 milestone, because looking at the planning for 13.4, it looks like I might not have enough time to start a whole new research in that milestone. So, and since we are working on quite a lot of things to improve the pipeline navigation, so I think a really good opportunity to test what we create is by conducting a scorecard exercise in the following milestone, which is 13.5, so that we can also in a way gauge our users' reaction on the changes that we would make in 13.4.
I'm curious, do we think that a feature delivered in 13.4 users will have an opportunity to get familiar with it by 13.5? I remember, Lori, a while back, you, me, and Dimitri were talking about doing surveys with users about features that had been released 2 milestones ago, so that we were confident they were in a position to have used and can evaluate. But I know that parent-child pipeline, this is specific to navigation. Vitika, the way you wrote it, not just the feature itself.
Yeah, it's about navigation.
Like, for example, would what you're thinking of something like when the issue we delivered in the last milestone of hovering over a downstream would show which was the triggering job? Okay, that kind of.
Right. And like we covered a good portion of changes in that issue, but there are a few things which are missed out, which I'm working on today, in fact. So even though
Okay.
it's scheduled for 13.4, because I have time, I've started on the design work.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, yeah, it would be interesting to see how
Yeah.
people react to that.
Okay.
And
It
I
would.
know like we won't find people who would get familiar with it so soon, but
Yeah.
if not exactly those small parts, the 13.4 parts, but what we have delivered in the previous milestone might also be
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah, that makes sense if you're limiting it just to the navigation experience. When I first glanced at that, I thought you were just talking about around parent-child pipeline as a whole, and I wasn't sure if some of the proposed change in 13.4 is to help with authoring, and I didn't think they would necessarily be re-authoring some of their pipelines before you surveyed them. But if it's around the navigation, then that's super helpful and valid. Like you'll be able to, it's easier for them to be in position to comment on that.
Yeah, Vitika, this is, I see that you're replying. Yes, exactly. This is the issue that we discussed. Like what we talked with you earlier, like I think it is important to align on the goal of this exercise and see if the scorecard is fitting the purpose, but it sounds like it is. Yeah, the concern that Tao raised, I remember we have been talking about that we are trying not to run a new scorecards on features that have been created in one or two maximum milestones. But yeah, if this is about the validation of the navigation, I think that should fit. I don't know what Lori thinks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for finding that link, Nadia. When I look at the issue now, the jobs to be done there would be great ones to validate with the user.
Yeah, and I have to refine on the jobs to be done as well. So I'll be taking your Laurie's and Nadia's help to do that.
Okay.
This is exciting. Cool. Thanks for starting this, Vidika. I assigned this issue already to the UX scorecards epic, so it's already there. So just for visibility.
All right, thanks, Nadia. So this is all that I had. I mean, if there's something else that we can discuss here.
I was just wondering, since we just have a few minutes left, is there anything, Tal, that from your perspective in your world, strategically, that we need to start thinking a little further out to start figuring out how to plan?
I don't have anything. Jason might. I actually am in the process of, now that he and I have specific buckets by topic within CI. Well, actually, there was one. I created one bucket. There was one bucket that was really big, the CI interaction bucket. It had 1,000 issues in it still. And I was trying to, yeah, and I, have you all seen that, the numbers that Jason shared at the time when he was done labeling all of the issues in order to have all the issues have a topic label applied? So this is what it was at the time. Let me copy that link. Let's see, CI issues by topic. It's actually a Slack message that he gave. But if you go to that Slack message, you'll see that, oops, did I give you the right link? Yeah, you'll see that, I think the one that I'm trying to break down further is CI interaction. It has 1,000. In the process of doing that, I'm reading through each of the issues as quickly as possible, and I'm finding there are certain themes in there. One of them was around pipeline graph. So I created a new label for pipeline graph, people have some specific input on how they want the graph to behave,
Yes, I do.
usability things. And so I thought that might be a research we want to do in the future, but I haven't really thought out. I haven't really read through those carefully enough. Let me see if you, I'll add a link to those. But the problem was when I guess I shouldn't judge the importance of it by the number of issues. When I was doing that exercise, I made notes to myself. I carved out a thing for pipeline graph. There were only 36 issues out of that 1,009 that had specific comments about pipeline graph. So I might combine it with another topic for CI analytics. So I can't decide. The graph, you would think graph and analytics would sound like they go together, but the comments about the analytics was really metrics that they wanted to see, as opposed to visual UX, UI changes they wanted to be done with the graph. So
Sure.
in one of those areas, I'd like to do some research. Jason gave me a good idea. Was he says the work that we'll do in the future with reporting metrics and analytics in a dashboard are things that a higher level persona, like higher level, I mean someone who's not directly working with the pipelines, things they would be interested in that would be valuable features we can put in ultimate pricing tier. We don't have very many CI features in ultimate. So I was just thinking, if that is going to be a valuable return on investment, I might want to do some research in that, in what can we do with CI analytics. I know some of the other product groups are building out dashboards, but none of those are going to be specific to our CI metrics. So we could either leverage and collaborate with them and not reinvent the wheel, but I haven't evaluated what they're building, and it may not be exactly what we want to present. So that's going to be, I'm going to guess we want to evaluate what our other teams are doing, probably design something similar so there's a consistent user experience, but something entirely different that's specific to CI analytics. So those are the two topics. Unfortunately, those two, there's right now I've only gotten through about 300 issues of that 1,000. And I've only found, as far as reading through them as quickly as possible. Vitika was just like, oh my God. Of those 300 that I've read through really quickly, 33 were about analytics and 36 about pipeline graph. So there's opportunities there for us to research. But it's still a top priority for our team to make progress on Jenkins and how we can help people, because that's a big opportunity for us to win users and increase the adoption journey, right? If they can just get over that hurdle. So I'm hesitant to take on these other things until we kind of really exhausted everything with Jenkins.
Yep, that makes sense. Totally. And speaking of, the only thing I'm not clear on is who's starting the survey. Because if it's problem validation, it typically sits in the lap of the PM, but not that we can't help you with it.
Oh, you mean for the stuff that I'm talking about?
For the Jenkins wrapper, our first point that we talked about earlier, I suggested a survey, but I don't know who's putting it together.
If it's problem validation, it'd be me.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, did I miss that part when I dropped off?
Maybe no.
Okay.
We didn't actually talk about who would make it.
Oh no, I did.
We just said that we should have one.
Yeah. That's just
okay. No worries.
We had part why people are not using it.
Yeah, and I'm happy to help, like refine and stuff. But if you want to take point on that towel, that'd be great. And then I can help refine it, and then hopefully Emily will see her ping in that issue, and she'll be able to tell us. Because social media people have things that they are doing, and sometimes they don't have time, or something comes up sometimes and they don't push things. I think everything's okay. right now, but Emily would know so much more. She's so much closer to them to be able to tell us about like their bandwidth, and she may be able to tell us about Rupert's as well. But doesn't mean we can't get started on creating this survey.
So the survey is only focused on asking if people are aware that we've built this thing?
It doesn't have to be. That's where I started the conversation at, because we don't know if anybody's used it, and I don't know why. So one of the questions is, do you even know it's a thing? And how would they have known? I don't know. So for people who don't have TAMs, do they find out a different way? Was there a blog post? Was there your issue? Did they just not see the issue? I don't know. So I thought that would be a good place to start. And then we could ask questions based off of their answers to that. Then Vithika brought up competitors, because I didn't know Circle CI and GitHub were doing this too. So I feel like it's an opportunity to put those questions in the survey as well, to understand like, well, okay, maybe you haven't heard about ours, but what about GitHub? What about Circle CI? Have you heard of theirs? Are you using theirs? Let's talk about that, because that can also be valuable to us, I think. So we can ask some questions around that as well.
Okay. Let me go through and make some notes so it sends me a to-do email.
Right. I looked at my to-dos. Apparently they top out at 99. So I just have 99 plus to-dos, and GitLab, I'm like, oh God, I don't even want to look at that page.
I have same. I don't really use those. It's just.
I don't either. Yeah.
I have started using finally. They're down to 6.
Oh, good for you.
Wait a week. That's
yeah.
99 plus.
Well, you mean Laura, you're saying the counter tops out, but there's more pages. Yeah, there's more pages than that. Yeah, mine as well. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. All right, cool. All right, well, Tal, let me know how I can help as you get started on that survey. And yeah.
Can you send me an example of one that you can think of?
I have
that is a similar one where they're trying to get a pulse on awareness of a feature that isn't, or anything close.
I don't think I have one of those.
Okay. Okay.
We can ask Emily. Emily might know, because she's usually touching all of the surveys. So she might have some good examples that she could share with you in Qualtrics.
Okay.